we caught up with Teacher Wei to learn about becoming a conscious creator, a powerful new global online program guiding participants into conscious creation and deep inner transformation.
Let me welcome you. Thank you very much for joining me today, Teacher Wei. You have just finished a very successful year-long program, and you are currently launching your program for next year. And you have a few very interesting changes. I think nobody has ever done it like this. So I was thinking we should talk a little bit about next year's program so that people have an idea about what is happening and whether they would like to join. Your program is called Becoming a Conscious Creator. Now, the first question, obviously, we all would like to know is, what does that mean to you?
Usually, when practitioners practice, even they use consciousness actively, but the information is not clear enough. And the level of consciousness also is limited in a certain level. So, in next year course, firstly, everybody need to come to mingjue states. Practice mingjue more stable. Mingjue means awaken the true self. Wake up true self. Stay in this pure, clear, stable mingjue state.
Yes.
Then use mingjue functions. Mingjue have generally 3 functions. First function, receiving information. Second function, organize information to form thinking. The third function, send information. So next year, we mainly practice the third function. So the mingjue state consciously design information for life. By example, for physical body, if you want to have a physical body, firstly, your consciousness inside need to have the healthy state of your body clearly. If you want to have a healthy and beautiful heart, you need to know what's the healthy and beautiful heart. This information should be very clear in consciousness. Then, in mingjue state, we directly choose this information, use this information, transform the heart qi. When mingjue trust self enough, means true self trust self enough, then use this information can quickly become the reality. This is a way to create life. And for consciousness also, we need to actively create our consciousness. By example, if you want to have a very open heart, you need you stay in your state, know what's open heart. You need to play the role of an open heart. And if you want to have a peaceful heart, happy heart, universal love heart, or you need to repeat this information in your mingjue, and you need to feel this information become true. So when we use this information repeatedly, gradually, this information will become central information in reference framework. And this central information will integrate all the other information. Then it seems we upgrade our reference framework inner program. Once we have a beautiful inner program, then our life habits will be changed, become positive. And our lifestyle also will raise to high level. This high level inner program is used and by our inner master, awakened master, mingjue, true self. So actually, we already come to a free state, then we create a new inner program, use this new program consciously manage life. At the same time, we need to continuously upgrade our inner program actively. So this is the way to create new life. Once new inner program is changed, your life style will be changed, and your relationships also will naturally be changed. Your energy will be changed. Many things, everything will be changed. So this is the meaning of becoming a conscious creator.
So if I try to put this into everyday words, it's basically that we are run by a program that is in our mind, which is our reference framework and the way we think, the way we go through life. And what you are doing in this program is basically you support your students to redesign that program to a program that works much better for them and creates the life that they really want. And you're using the mingjue and the mingjue state, as you explained, by receiving the information, organizing it, but then the important thing is obviously, how did you call it, to send it into your mind so that the mind starts to think different. And if we think different, then we create different results. Now, I know you have been working a lot in the past years with your students in terms of refining the mingjue, working with the mingjue. Now, for somebody who is new to the mingjue idea, can they still join your program, or would they need something, some basis before they can join?
Everybody can join, even the beginner, new people who never practice consciousness or energy. They also can join.
Wonderful.
Because it's very easy. I can guide them in very easy way and fast way to experience the awakened state of true self.
And for the program itself, I know it is basically the whole year next year. I think you start in February and you finish in November. And you have a few elements of the program. Some will sound familiar to students that have worked with you, but others are new. So I would like to briefly go through it. So what you will continue to do, you have, I think it's around 6 months, where you do every month sessions for 1 week, where you really go intensely into the theory and the practice. And people can join at 2 different times, and there will be recordings, so everybody can benefit from it. There will also be translations, so you will have it in various languages. You will have your local organizers supporting you, which means they will run the weekly sessions with their students so that they can continue to practice. And you have 2 new things that I don't think you have done before. One is that you will every Saturday offer a session to the students. Now, what is going to happen in your Saturday session? So basically, every Saturday, apart the days when you might be traveling, but most of the Saturdays you will offer a session. And what is going to be happening in these sessions compared to the other sessions that you do on a monthly basis?
In the Saturday session, I need mainly lead the participants to really experience what they learned. And when participants learned the methods, they practice, they get a certain experience. If I don't lead them, sometimes their experience will become less. So each Saturday I lead, then this can intensify their understanding and experience continuously, until their experience become stable and then they can manage by self. Or the small groups can manage everything.
Yeah, what I really like about this concept is that, you're not offering like a weekend workshop where people come and they have a high experience and they think this is also wonderful. And then they go back into their daily lives and they don't implement anything. You are really taking them for the whole year. You are by their side and taking them by the hand so that there is a continuous learning and that that you give them the time to integrate the learnings and to practice these learnings so that it really becomes part of their life.
In next year, 1 year online course, we need mainly concrete everybody's practice, make their experience improve. Before, in the past few years, I taught a lot of theory. So next year, we still need to emphasize the principles. But we need mainly practice. Let these principles really become everybody's life state.
Right.
And also, in each week, if I lead 1 day practice in Saturday, this is good for build up the world awakened consciousness field. The worldwide consciousness field will become stronger. This can support all the practitioners.
I think this is an important part of your teachings. You're not just focusing on the individual and his success in life. You're focusing on the whole world. You're focusing on the global community, because by raising the level of consciousness and the level of mingjue and the level of love in the whole world, you're obviously contributing to everyone. And I know this is deep at the bottom of your heart, one of your missions to achieve and to be a contribution in this field. So I understand what you're saying here. And I think this is a beautiful experience for everyone participating, to be part of something bigger, not just my own life, but really part of creating something bigger here.
Yes, thank you, Pastor.
And there's a last new invention that you are offering this year, and you call it the Biguan, which is like a 2 weekends during the year where you take people into an extraordinary state of consciousness. Maybe you would like to explain this a little bit, because I don't think anyone has ever done this with you. So what is happening on these 2 weekends, please?
Okay. Actually, each time 3 days.
Okay, sorry.
2 times 3 days Biguan. Yes, include the week and 2 weekends. Biguan is very important. Generally, when we have mingjue, this awakened pure consciousness state, we can maintain it in daily life sometime, but sometimes people can lose it quickly. Then remember, then come to mingjue state again. In Biguan, we want people in a short time, 3 days, try to stay in mingjue state and go deeper in these 3 days. Only focus on mingjue and the mingjue uses functions. You can keep mingjue state most of the time. This will build a good foundation for future daily life. This is also a suggestion from Dr. Pang in the new book. Actually, he told if you don't have enough time, you can practice Biguan, the silence, continuously meditation, 1 day or 3 days. If you have more time, you can practice Biguan. And 1 week. If you have more time, you can practice longer, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, only stay in one state. This is very good for change the life habit. Right.
So what you are basically doing here is normally, we encourage people to stay in the mingjue state. But what happens is then they get into their busy days. They pick up the kids from school. They do the shopping. They do the cooking. They look after their husband or their wife. So there's all kinds of distractions. So it's very difficult to keep the focus on the mingjue state while you're doing it. So in order to get this being a part of who you are, you're inviting people here to spend 3 days without as little distraction as possible and just focus on the mingjue. Because if I've done that for 2 or 3 days, then it becomes easier when I go into my everyday life to keep that awareness up and to make sure I'm in the mingjue state as much time as possible, if not all the time. So I think this is the kind of reference we are creating here when we invite people to just do 3 days focusing only on the mingjue. Because if I can do that, then it's easier in my everyday life when everything else happens. And I think this is what we are doing at these weekends, right?
Right. It's for building a good foundation.
I think there's a lot to explain to people because this program is so comprehensive, so new, and so innovative. And you've also you're offering this as a complete program, so people can join for the whole year. And I will obviously encourage everyone to do that. But people also have the choice. So if they say, I only want to do the monthly lectures with you, or I only want to do the Saturdays, or I only want to do the Biguan, that is a possibility these years, right? So people can choose if they want to. We're obviously encouraging people to do the whole course because the more exposure they have, the more successful or the easier it is to be successful. But you have the options here this year. If you want only certain parts, you can also do that.
Yes, generally, we suggest the people enjoying the whole year course. But if they have some difficulties, okay, they can have free choice. The World Conscious Community open to everybody in any time.
Yes. And I'm glad you mentioned this. You are not working by yourself. You have a wonderful team of people, of local organizers, local teachers that know your work and that support the students the whole year long. So this is also the way to register. So if anybody would like to participate in this program, they would go to your website and there they can find a list of all the wonderful people that are helping you and supporting you next year. And this is where they register. So they have you as a teacher, but they also have a local support that they can talk to on a daily basis, that they can ask questions, that they can practice with. And this is the way the registration process works. So people would go to the website that we have put underneath this video, and then they can find local organizers, they get in touch, and they can register for next year's program. Thank you very much for clarifying all my questions here. I think this was very useful, and I'm sure it's going to be another inspiring year for the students and for the whole community and for all of the world, because we know your work has an impact on all of us. So I would like to thank you for that again, Teacher Wei, for all the incredible work you've done this year and for the wonderful things you're going to create next year. And thank you very much for joining me today. And I look forward to being in touch again soon.
Thank you, Thorsten. Thank you, your support. Thank you. We work together. Let's be together, create the beautiful and the world awakened consciousness field for ourselves, for our group, our family, and all human.